What's going on, everyone? Thanks for checking out another lesson here. Today we're going to be opening up this first position of the guitar to get that Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of scuttle button sound, right? So what we are doing is a lot of open strings, a lot of flat fives, and a lot of minor to major third resolutions, right? So what you hear a lot in that is so that's just a flat 3 to a major 3 down to the root, and then I hit another root higher, and I do that all over the place. So it's really just the same thing played over and over in different parts of the guitar. So when we get it down here, it really opens up a lot of stuff up here as well. So first things first, we're in the key of E, like an E blues, right? We're not going to be playing this style over, say, like someone will say, yeah, it's in the key E minor. Even though we're using E minor pentatonic as our bass, or I do, that's what I think of, we wouldn't play it over an E minor sounding tonality, right? The Morgan Wallen kind of country. We're not going to be playing it over that kind of thing, right? We're going to be playing this over a blues. So, first things first, E minor pentatonic. If you don't know this scale already, I suggest you go back, learn it, learn how all the notes relate to each other, and the root note, and the tonic, and the tonal center, and all that, and then come back. Because what we're doing is just adding a bunch of notes to that. So, here's our, just as a recap though, E minor pentatonic. Now, first things first, what we're going to do is shift when we get to the G string. So instead of playing the open B string, we're going to give ourselves a second option by sliding up to the 4th fret of the G string, and now you play the 3rd fret of the B string, 5th fret, 3rd fret of the E string, and 5th fret of the E string. So we're just extending a little bit into that 3rd position to give ourselves a second option, and that's what happens in scuttle button, right? So you hear a lot of, but then Stevie will go up here for the main riff. Kind of goof that. Right, so it's just another option. So step number 1 is extending our position a little bit by going up to that 4th fret. Okay. Step number 2 is adding a note. We're going to add the major 3 now to this. So you're going to start hearing that pull, push and pull of the major and minor 3. So root, minor 3rd, major 3rd, root, 4, 5, flat 7, root, minor 3rd, major 3rd, so that's that G sharp, then your 4th, which is your A, slide up to that B that I was just talking about, that next position, and finish 3rd fret, 1st string, so that's a G, and then you have another G sharp here. Okay? So get used to where that G sharp lands, and now you can start doing stuff like this already. Right? So that's that resolution of the flat 3 to the major 3, and end with a root. And now, the next step is what you just heard there, adding in that blue note. So that's that B flat. So what we're gonna do is just the same process, get it under our fingers, get our eyes and ears used to where that lands, and just add it to the group of notes. So we got open E, G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, D, E. So that's one octave. And continue. There's our G, G sharp, A, B flat is now on the 3rd fret G string, B, and then we're back to that 4th fret G string, D, E, our root, G, G sharp, A, B flat. We can continue up. And if you want to end the sequence, you can hit that B on the 1st string, 7th fret. Okay, so all the way through. And you'll notice that there's quite a long sequence of notes there, right? 5 of them in a row. So you get this chromatic G, G sharp, A, B flat, B, right? So how we manage that group of notes is really important now. So we've already got the first way of resolving using the flat 3 to major 3. And now what we're going to do is something like that. So a lick I like is to start on this A note, the 2nd fret of the G string, hammer onto the flat 5, and then pull off back to the 2nd fret of the G string, pull off again, then hammer onto your 1st fret, and resolve on your root. So that kind of combination of notes, right? So you don't want to play them all strictly within one sequence. It sounds kind of weird, but if we kind of flow through them in different sequences, it can sound pretty cool. So I'll give you a couple different licks and resolutions and things using that. So that's the first one. Here's another one that I like to do. And if you want to kind of get into the major sound, it's pretty easy. This is where it starts to sound pretty country, but you just put an emphasis on the major 3 rather than the minor 3, and you get something like this. And then back into that kind of blues one, right? So that's sliding up out of the position, but and then back into that kind of Stevie thing. And then it's all the exact same up in that 12th position. You're playing all the exact same notes. So once you get it good down here, you can play the same stuff up here, right? You share the exact same sequences, exact same notes, everything. It just feels a little different because instead of having this nut here, you're gonna have to use your first finger up on that 12th fret. So anyway, I hope that helped open things up a little bit for you. Remember those steps. First, get your E minor pentatonic, then add that major third to it, then add the flat 5, and then start working on those resolutions and those sequences. And it's not all about speed, you know. I make the mistake all the time of trying to play as fast as I can, and it's not about that. The best way to add this into your playing is just at the speed in which you can do it, and practice slow. I don't know, I'm just trying to groove a little bit there. Just as an example, it doesn't always have to be absolutely ripping, but have some fun with it. Drop a comment or a question down below, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll keep trying to pump some more videos out here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.